All right, first and foremost, I want to say call hello, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. That's all praises in the name of the Most High and in the name of His only begotten Son. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come in to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. And we're here to prophesy against this evil and wicked tradition y'all call Easter, man.
Right.
Because Easter ain't of the Bible. Get that right there.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Our weapons of this warfare is not carnal, man. So we come out here with this word. We're not using swords. We're not using guns. We're not using anything that's carnal, man. It's what?
It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
And this is the biggest stronghold, man. The so-called black Christian church is the biggest stronghold of blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans.
Right.
They preach this evil and wicked and evil tradition, man. Y'all call it Easter. It's not in the Bible, man. And you can keep on laughing. We're gonna stay out here in front of your church and we're gonna tell you how evil and wicked you are. Keep going.
It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
We're gonna sit here and cast down all evil and wicked imaginations, like Easter, like the Trinity, like virgin birth, man. We're out here casting all that down, man. So if you got a problem with it, bring your pastor out here, man.
Right.
Bring your pastor out here. Let him be confounded by some young cats, man. Bring him out here. Come try our God.
It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
And this church right here is a high thing, trying to exalt itself above the Most High, man. Because y'all ain't teaching the blacks and Hispanics that they're the true children of God. Y'all ain't saying, oh, we the Gentiles, man. Y'all here teaching we gotta celebrate Easter, which is the name of a pagan god, which is Estar, man. That's always been here, man. That's not of God. Easter is not of God.
Right.
It says, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience.
Now sit on that, get there.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31. At the same time, saith the Lord, will I...
No, 23.
And this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
That's what these pastors do, man. Y'all here preaching Easter, which is not of the Bible, man. That's not Christ's resurrection. Easter is not of the Bible. It's the name of a pagan god called Estar, man, which goes back to Astaroth. It existed before y'all call this a Jesus holiday, man. Read that.
Therefore,
from the top.
woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Because y'all know this. Y'all know this isn't of the Bible, man. Y'all went, they taught y'all that in y'all schools, man. They taught y'all that in those Bible schools. Y'all know this ain't a God. Y'all know this. Oh, go ahead and run back in the church, man. And you got an issue with it, bring your pastor out here, man. Then we can have a conversation about it.
Right.
We can have a conversation about how evil and wicked Easter is, man. Bring him out here. But either way, we're gonna prophesy against this wicked place, man.
Right.
We ain't scared. Give me Ezekiel 3. Give me Ezekiel 3 and 8, man. Because the Most High emboldened us to come out here and preach against y'all, man. We ain't scared of you. We ain't scared of your deacons. We ain't scared of your servants. We ain't scared of your pastors, man. Keep going.
Verse 2, therefore thus saith the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock.
You have did what?
Scattered my flock, and driven them away, and have not visited them.
Because you've driven people away from God, man. You've driven them away from God and worshiping Caesar Borgia and Astaroth, man, and Estar and Easter. This is not of God, and we're going to prove it today, man. You can close your door, you're still going to hear my voice, man.
Right.
And I really, really want you to bring your pastor out here, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the scriptures, man. Let's talk about the scriptures. Get that.
It's the book of Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, the 8th verse. It says, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces.
You did what?
I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
Because we're not afraid of you, man. The Most High emboldened us to come out here and preach against this wicked place, man. This big stronghold against our people. You gonna sit there and take money? That's the only reason y'all have this big old Easter ceremony, man. Because y'all know people are gonna come on Easter Day and you're gonna make money, man. That's what this whole Christian church is about. It's about making money. It's not about worshiping God. Y'all don't care about that. It just makes money, man. That's why the Most High emboldened us to prophesy against this wicked place, man. And we're gonna prophesy against it. Check this out. I got some reviews on this church, and we're gonna see how wicked you guys are, man. Read this. Read this review.
Working Hempfield Church.
That's the name of somebody who did a review who came here.
Oh, really? They don't help people in the neighborhood. They rule over the food. Close on the days that they supposed to be open.
They do what?
Close on the days they supposed to be open, and they are rude. The last will be first. The church will stand in judgment first. I'm just saying, don't expect help from these folks. Have a form of God, but not a power of Jesus came to serve.
Get that, man. Get that in Titus, man. That's perfect, man. Because y'all don't care about the people. We had actual witnesses of y'all not caring about the people, man. Y'all don't want to feed the people. Y'all don't want to help them out. Y'all don't want to help them out financially either. Even though y'all want to take money from them, y'all's hands always out, but y'all ain't trying to reach out to help somebody. We're going to prove it. Read the next one.
Cillian Green, review. Recently, I called asking about any financial aid available.
So then somebody's asking, do y'all have any financial aid? Because I'm in trouble and I need help. Are we supposed to come to the church if we're in trouble and we need help?
The sister said no, then hung up.
She did what?
She said no, then hung up.
Because they're not trying to help you niggas, man. They just want to take your money. That's why they're not out here trying to hear the word. That's why they want to close their doors. And I know you can still hear me, man. I know you can still hear me. Keep going.
So is this how people are being treated over the phone? Not even asking if there might be anything else I may help you help with? What if I was a lost soul who didn't know Christ? Just think about it. God bless.
See, y'all are just, what's that about the little ones, man? What's that about the little ones, bro? Y'all are offending the little ones, man. Y'all are offending the little ones. Y'all bringing people, y'all are just scattering the sheep, man. You said, what if she was a lost soul, man? She is a lost soul. She needs help. She's looking for help from our, ain't the church supposed to be a beacon of help for the community? But y'all can't help nobody, man. Y'all are just so wicked, man. Y'all want to stand looking out the door. Why don't you come out here, man? Why don't you come out here? Let's discuss the scriptures and let's discuss these accusations, man. Why don't we do that? But y'all don't care about the people. Y'all proving it day in and day out, man. So give me, you got a precept? Yeah.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 18 verse 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
It's better if a millstone is brought on your neck and you were thrown in the sea, man. Because y'all offending the little ones. Y'all don't wanna come out and help anybody, man. Why don't y'all come over here and let's talk about the scriptures? Don't just stand over there. Gird up your loins like a man. Let's talk about the scriptures. Oh man, look at this, man. Look at this. Look at these cowards, man. Give me Job. Give me Job. Give me Job. You give me 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 13. But look at these cowards over here, man. Look at these cowards. They want to try to come and block and sit here and block the word from coming out, man. This word's gonna come out whether you like it or not. You can park as many cars over here as you want. You can build a parking lot. This word is still coming out. Right. Because it ain't coming out of that church, man. Y'all telling people to worship another God. Get that.
It's the book of Job chapter 38 verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man.
Yeah, gird up now your loins like a man. Why don't y'all come over here and stand in front of the prophets, man? Don't just run. Let's talk about the scriptures, man. I thought we were supposed to be ready to give an answer. Freaking cowards. Read that again from the top.
It says, the book of Job chapter 38 verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee and answer thou me.
Yeah, because the Most High demands it of you, man. He don't demand you he doesn't demand you to stand over there acting like a little coward, man. Right. This church is it's just a build-a-bear workshop for pussies, man. That's what this church represents. That's exactly what this church represents, man. And all the black churches. Just keeping us in the captivity and making money for the white man. So y'all can put that money that y'all made on Sunday into the banks on Monday, and white land developers can take out loans, man. Making money making more money off the money that you're making in this church, man. They're keeping us in captivity longer and longer, man. Get that. Because y'all ain't real. 2 Corinthians 11, verse 13. Because y'all aren't real apostles, man. If y'all was real apostles, y'all come out here and deal with the word. But y'all want to be cowards. Right. That's all right. We're going to stand out here and we're going to prophesy against this church. That's right.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 13. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers.
Read it from top.
For such are false apostles.
Y'all are false apostles of Christ, man. Christ stood in the gaps and prophesied against people, man. If he saw somebody in wickedness, he spoke out against it. He didn't hide behind a building. He didn't hide behind cars. He girded up his loins like a man and said something. Freaking cowards.
Deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ.
Y'all are sitting there trying to transform yourselves into apostles of Christ, man. Get your precept.
It's the book of Jude, the 3rd verse.
That's right.
Beloved, when I gave our diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needed for me to write unto you and exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints.
So we're supposed to contend for the faith. If y'all have a problem with what we're preaching, why don't you come out here and contend for the faith? Right. Why don't you come out here and deal with the scriptures? Right. But y'all can't do that because y'all don't believe in the scriptures. Y'all don't believe in Yahweh, who you call Jesus Christ. You're a false apostle and you're a false teacher, man. Right. That's why you get people to worship this right here. That's why you get people to worship Easter. That's not of the Bible, man. What does bunny rabbits and eggs have to do with the Bible, man? What does it have to do with the resurrection of Jesus Christ, man? What does it have to do with the resurrection of Yahweh Shai, man? Absolutely nothing. But you'll be happy to come up here and take people's money for it. You'll be happy to close your doors and go out the back way so y'all don't have to hear the word. Y'all are the devils the Bible speaks of, man. That's why you do the same evil and wickedness as the white man who told you about the Bible, bro. Give me John, yeah? Give me John. No. We need to get this precept out first, man. Because y'all are just like the white man. Y'all teaching the same dumbass doctrine to our people. Teaching the same dumb doctrine to our people. Get that.
Yeah, if I can add too, literally the Baptist religion comes from a white man.
Literally.
All facets of Christianity stem from white doctrine, bro.
Yeah. And what are y'all doing there? Antinomianism. Like I said yesterday, man. Y'all are a lawless people. And the one thing we need to come back to is this law, statutes, and commandments. And what's the first commandment out of the 10? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. But hey, guess what? You'll be in there taking people's money, worshiping Caesar Borgia, telling people to worship Caesar Borgia, and we're going to keep continuing to celebrate Easter. But if y'all think Easter is of the Bible, why don't you come out here and contend for the faith? But you're just going to just park your truck out here, man. I should just move the whole line. I should just move the line so we can see y'all face to face, man. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not worried about this, man. Look at that. Pan the camera. They're going to park a truck right in front of us. That's why you niggas are Satan, bro. That's why y'all do the same stuff as the white man. Y'all do the same stuff that the white man who taught you baptism does, man. Get that.
It's the book of 2 Peter.
Get John. Get John. Hey. Yeah, sis, come over here. Come over here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Say what?
The disrespect.
How are we disrespected?
Because I don't understand why y'all not. I mean, in front of our church.
We're out here. You mind coming over? You mind coming over here? You mind coming over so we can talk about it? We're not disrespectful, man. We're trying to tell you that Easter is not of the Bible. It is another God. It's the name of another God. So you gotta get the pastor to come wrangler back here so you can be part of the dumbass folk. Get John, man. Get John 8, man. I'm so tired of you Christian pastors. This is why I come out here and teach my people the actual scriptures. I'm so tired of y'all wickedness, man. And y'all want to keep people in wickedness. Get that.
It's the book of John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do.
That's why you do the same thing that the white man told you about that the Baptist church does, man. That's why y'all promote antinomianism. That's why you think it's disrespectful. We yell at a building. We're yelling at a building. How is that disrespectful to you, man? Come out here and contend for the faith. We'll hide the side of a building and lie to our people, man. If you think what we're doing is not of God, come up here and try my God, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We can have a peaceful discussion about how you're lying to our people, how you're getting them in idolatry and keeping them into captivity, man. Give me Isaiah 5:13, man. Finish that out.
Come to the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. It says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him.
Yeah, you're a murderer just like how he is. You know why? Because you're getting them here you're bringing people into your church and having them and forcing them to commit idolatry, which is a sin worthy of death. So you are killing them. You're literally a murderer, just like how he is, man. Just like how he is. Freaking murderers, get that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity.
Why are we in slavery?
Gone into captivity because they have no knowledge.
They have no knowledge, man. And that's why we got the prophets out here trying to teach you and show you that Easter is not of God. It's not the resurrection of who you call Jesus Christ. It's not your good old sweet Jesus. That's not what that's talking about, man. It's talking about Passover, man. Passover. It's so simple. That's why when you go into the other translations, it doesn't say Easter. It says Passover, man. And the word goes back to Pesach, man. What's Pesach? It's Passover. But y'all niggas don't want to keep Passover. Y'all just love decorating eggs. Y'all just love passing out candy and just staying in just foolishness, man. That's why y'all don't have no knowledge. Y'all love that stuff, man. Let me finish this out.
Because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst.
Our honorable men are famished. Who y'all would say like are the leadership or y'all pastors. Y'all don't have the knowledge of these scriptures. That's why you're up here shucking and jiving. That's why you're up here having kids doing Easter speeches. What is that in the Bible, man? How come every time y'all do something, it's just not in the Bible? How come y'all can't just do something? Why we can't just stick to the scriptures? How come we can't just stick to the scriptures? Why does everything got to be extra biblical to y'all?
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
The pastors do what?
Cause them to err.
You cause us to err. You cause us to worship Caesar Borgia. You cause us to worship Astaroth. You cause us to worship Estar, man. That's all y'all causing us to err. And you killing us.
And they that are led of them are destroyed.
Say what?
They that are led of them are destroyed.
Everybody in your congregation who wants to stay in your congregation and under your leadership are going to be destroyed, man. You know why? Because they're idolaters just like you. That's why we're out here, man. You wonder why we out here at your church? We're out here trying to save the remnant of our people, man. Because we know not all y'all are going to come out of this church. We know this. Y'all ain't going to come back to these law, statutes, commandments of the Bible. You don't care about it. And we know because the Most High feeds your delusion. Is that it on that?
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 14. It's like verse 13. But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father hath not planted shall be rooted up. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch.
Just like I said before, man, y'all pastors, y'all's leaders don't have no knowledge of the scriptures. So you're walking in here blind, coming up with all this extra biblical nonsense. And everybody who wants to be under your leadership is going to fall into the same ditch that you're going to fall into. That's why we're out here in front of your church, man. Worry about why we just not in front of 7-Eleven. Because we're trying to help our people because we have a sickness in our people. And that's the Christian church, man. The whole need is not a physician, man, but the sick. That's why we're up here, man. That's why we're up here. You got that 2 Peter?
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, at the top. But there were false prophets. There was what? False prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you.
There's false teachers among who?
You.
Among us, man. The blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. That's why we're here at your church. This is why we're telling you that Easter is not of the Bible. And this is why we're here, man. That's why we're not at 7-Eleven. Because our people ain't over there at 7-Eleven. Our people is here at this stronghold, man. Packing the church, man. It's the biggest trap house, man. The biggest trap house to ever exist is the black church, man.
That's right.
So if you got a problem with it, if you got a problem with us out here at your church, come out here. Let's deal with the scriptures, man.
Right.
And we'll leave. If you prove us right, we'll leave. So, man, you pastor? So what's your deal? I mean, like, what are you out here for? Are you trying to come?
I'm going to head over to the front of my
Oh. So, is Easter of the Bible? I just got to ask you a quick question. I'm asking you, is Easter of the Bible? What's up, man? Who are you? You pastor?
No.
No.
How y'all doing?
Hold up, man. Hold up. We're out here to tell our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that they're the true chosen God, the chosen people of God,
Right.
the real Israelites, and that Easter is not of the Bible.
That's real.
So, if you know that Easter is not of the Bible, why are y'all having an Easter service?
Sunday service. It ain't Easter, Sunday service.
And can you see what that sign says over there? What does that sign say right there?
It's Sunday
I
service.
mean, can you just read off what that sign says over there? Can you just do that for me? I'm good. Hold up. I just want to ask you something.
We're not going to argue like that.
You answered that question.
No, I just said it.
So you're not supposed to argue with that?
Why do you have to argue like that?
Give me two. Hold everything. They said we're not supposed to argue about God. Oh, now you want to flee,
No,
man.
I'm not going to flee what I'm just saying. We
Let's
are
go.
brothers.
Let's get this. Let's go.
You're doing all the talking. Hold on, let me say something.
It's the book of Jude, the 3rd verse.
Hold on, let me say
It
something.
says, Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needed for me to write unto you and exhort you that ye should earnestly
Do what?
contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints.
We're supposed to contend for the faith. So you're saying, oh, we're not supposed to argue about God? That's what you just said.
Okay, let me say this. I'm not looking for God. We all worship God. No one is perfect.
You don't worship God.
Hold up. We all worship God.
You don't worship God.
Okay. I'm gonna leave you alone with that one, brother. But we all love each
I
other,
know.
man.
Let
It's
me
all
tell you.
about
Let me
love.
tell you why. Let me tell you. Oh, let's go into love. Give me 2 John, man. 2 John 6.
I'm not looking for God.
Let's go 2 John 6. Of course you're not, because you're scary, man. Give me Proverbs 28, man. Give me Proverbs 28 on these wicked people, bro. You got 2 John 6?
It's the book of 2 John, the 6th verse. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it.
So if it's all about love, why do you got a shaved head and a shaved beard, man? Those are breaking the commandments of God, man. That's why you fleeing, man. Get that. Hold up, man.
Proverbs 28. The wicked flee when no man pursueth.
The wicked does what?
Flee when no man pursueth.
That's why you fleeing back in the church house, because you stand on bullshit. That's why you're fleeing, man. I can't stand you niggas, man. I keep trying to stay calm, but y'all are the ones keeping us in this. 2 John 6. Hey, come over here and talk to us, man. I'm the speaker. Come over here, come right here in front of me. Stand on your square like a man. You up there on the podium, we'll stand in front of them. The dumb part people. Yes, keep on running, man. You're a coward. That's why we're still in captivity to this day, man. Because y'all don't want to debate the word. Because y'all don't want to learn the scriptures. You want to keep pushing Easter on our people, man. Y'all just so wicked, man. I'm so tired of our people. Right. I'm so sick of y'all, man. Let's deal with the scriptures. If you have an issue, I'll say, get back on line, man. Get back on the now. Get back on line. Because if they can't understand the scriptures in the Bible, there's no hope for them, man.
But he was explaining to us.
What is he explaining?
He was explaining to us the female dog part.
Yes.
Up under the footnotes.
Yeah. It's a verse, it's not a footnote.
But it's up under the footnotes.
It's up under the footnotes on the website,
I'm
man.
gonna say this before I go, and you did all the talking. I'm gonna say this before I go. You did all the talking. I'm gonna say this. As far as worshiping having Christmas, worshiping a Santa, bringing them into it. That's not about God. Easter, bringing them to it, a bunny rabbit. That's not about God.
Then why do you have Easter on your why you have Easter on your sign
let me
then?
talk.
No, I'm going to let you talk.
That's what's wrong.
I'm asking you a question.
Hey, brother,
Okay,
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. A lot of what you're saying is real, but you got to realize, man, if you're trying to get people to understand and feel you, it's your approach. It's your approach.
How did the prophets come out?
Hey, man, Jesus hung with the thugs, but it was his approach. He was a humble. Jesus didn't hung with nobody but murderers and thieves. It's your approach.
How did the prophets come out and teach? How did the prophets come out and teach? Quickly, Isaiah, cry aloud. The prophets came out and they had a loud voice. Don't be talking and running off, man. Go over and stand like a man.
It was a footnote.
It was not a footnote.
Isaiah chapter 58 verse 1.
What did Christ say?
Cry aloud.
What did the Bible say?
Cry aloud.
Do what?
Cry aloud.
No, come out here like a soft, effeminate little girl.
Cry aloud.
Cry aloud and do what?
Spare not.
Spare not.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
We're lifting up our voice like a trumpet against you false prophets, man. That's what we're up here doing. You didn't say come over here with a soft voice. The prophets came out here with a loud voice. Christ had a loud voice. Give me that in Revelations. Give me that in Revelation, man. Voice and yeah. Give me that in Revelation, man. Is that you on that?
It's you. Cry aloud. Spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
No, come out here like a little feminine little girl. Yeah, that's why I can't talk to you.
The white man laughing, brother.
I don't give a fuck about the white man. I don't care about the white man. The white man is not our brother. The white man is not our brother, man.
This is not how we do it, man.
How we not do it?
This is not how we do it, man. This is not how we do it, man. We're trying to wake our own black people up, man.
No, you're not.
This not how you do it, man. That's not how you do it, man.
So how we do it?
Read that again. Read that again, man. Everybody be quiet on the line.
Cry aloud. Spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
This is how you do it. By crying aloud and lifting up your voice like a trumpet, man.
Right.
That's how you do it. Or you want to tell me that's not how I'm supposed to do it? How come every time Christians got to say something, it's always contrary to the scriptures? Everything is contrary to the scriptures to y'all, man. Everything y'all say. I ain't never heard y'all say nothing. I ain't never heard y'all come out with a correct breakdown for anything, man. But y'all want to say y'all waking up our people. You telling them to be brothers and sisters with all nations, man. Where does that help black people? Where does that help blacks and Hispanics at all, man? Get that.
And show my people their transgression.
We're out here showing you your transgression. And what's your transgression? Hey, without you pick that up. Pick that up right now. That's our transgression. Worshiping this image right here is our transgression, man. And celebrating Easter. When they say, oh, we're not, it's Sunday service. It's not Easter. Then why the hell you got Easter Sunday on your billboard? Get that on camera. Get that on camera right now, man. Talk about it's not an Easter Sunday, but you got Easter Sunday on your on your billboard, man. Y'all are just liars. The Christian church just breeds liars, man. It's a build-a-bear workshop for liars and effeminate men. That's why y'all can't stand on your square and deal with the scriptures. That's y'all's issue, man. Bring back out that. You got a precept?
Book of Revelation chapter 1 verse 15.
That's right.
And his feet like unto fine brass as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice is the sound of many waters.
His voice was like a sound of what?
Of many waters.
Many waters, man. That's loud. He was out on the mount teaching to people. He was on a mount. Nobody cares about a footnote, man. We're trying to bring you back into these law, statutes, and commandments. Dang, stop scoffing, man. Give me Peter's. Give me Peter's about the last days there'll be scoffers, man. That's all y'all do is scoff, man. That's why I can't wait for a missile to come get y'all, man. I can't wait for a missile to land right on this church. I can't wait till the Most High destroy y'all, man. Keep on scoffing. We gonna see who's scoffing with people on the chairs. Bring some samples, man.
This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days Scoffers.
This Israelite says what? Scoff. It's just a footnote, man. It's just a footnote. Even though it has a book, chapter, and verse on it, it's a footnote, man. That's scoffers, man. Keep going.
After their own lust.
After their own lust. Where's your lust? The Christian church. Where you can do whatever you want and just worship this guy. You can put it down now. Keep going.
Walking after their own lust and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of.
Back into Easter. We're going back into Easter, man. I'm ignoring this. I'm ignoring this stuff, man. Let's go back into Easter. Read that from the top.
Mistranslated Easter in Acts 12.
Mistranslated what?
Easter in
Easter.
Acts 12, verse 4. That notes the Passover. The phrase after the Passover signifies after the whole festival was at an end. The term Easter is not of Christian origin.
The term Easter is not of what?
Christian origin.
The term Easter is not of Christian origin, man. It's not. It's how are you gonna deal with that, man? How are you gonna deal with that? That's coming straight. What is that? Name the source.
Okay, Bond Expository Dictionary of New Testament Words.
This comes from scholars, man. This is not of the Bible, bro. They said it. Keep going.
Okay. Okay. So it signifies the whole festival was at an end. The term Easter is not of Christian origin. It is another form of Ashtaroth, one of the titles of the Chaldean goddess, the Queen of Heaven.
That's a Babylonian god, and of course, because we're in Babylon, bro. Of course it's a Babylonian god. Of course.
The Queen of Heaven, the festival of Pesach.
The festival of what?
Pesach.
That's Passover.
Held by Christians in the apostolic times, was a continuation of the Jewish feast, but was not instituted by Christ.
Wait, it's a post what?
Okay, post apostolic times.
Apostolic, and it has a definition of
Apostolic time.
definition of apostolic. It's on there.
Okay. Time was a continuation of Jewish feast, but was not instituted by Christ, nor was it connected with.
Wait. Colossians 2:8. Colossians 2:8. It was not instituted by who?
Christ.
Easter wasn't instituted by who?
Christ.
It wasn't instituted by Christ, man. Keep going.
Nor was it connected with Lent.
Nor was it connected with Lent. The Catholic little, like, made-up feast day that they have, where they just don't eat meat for a whole month. That's not instituted by the Bible. It's not.
Nor was it connected to Lent. From this Pesach, the pagan festival of Easter was quite.
What's the apostate definition?
That is abandoning a religious
It's abandoning a religious
or political. That is abandoning a religious or political belief or principle.
You're abandoning a religious or political belief or principle, man. And what is that? That's Passover. That's Pesach. That's what y'all are turning the most important day of God, the most important day for the Israelites, into a wicked feast, man. That's what that said. That's the overview of what it said, man. Y'all are turning that into something that's wicked. But you want to come out here and say it's Sunday service. It's Sunday service, but you got up there that it's Easter Sunday. Man, y'all a pack of liars, man. That's why I said Christians are of the rudiments of the world and not of Christ. Right, get that.
Colossians chapter 2 verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Philosophy and vain deceit. That's all these fake fables like Easter.
After the tradition of men.
After the tradition of men. That's them Easter egg hunts and them Easter baskets.
After the rudiments of the world.
After the rudiments of the world, man. Easter is of the rudiments of the world. So if you want to keep holding on to that, you can be of the world and be an enemy of God, man. Keep going.
It's the book of Colossians chapter 2 verse 8. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
And not after Christ, man. Christ said he didn't institute. I mean, it said Christ never instituted this, man, ever. So this is not of Christ, man. Give me Matthew. Not Matthew. Give me Jeremiah 10. Give me Jeremiah 10. Give me 1 Samuel 7 verse 3.
Look at Jeremiah chapter 10. From the top, it says, "Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen."
Do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. What's the way of the heathen? That's the other gods, man. That's worshiping the other gods. And what's the other god? That Babylonian god, Ashtaroth, and that's Star, man. So the Most High said, learn not the ways of them. He wants you to follow him and him alone, and we're going to prove that.
This is the book of 1 Samuel.
Okay, was there more on that?
It says, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen are dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. That's a heathen's thing. All that is heathenism, man.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 7, verse 3. And Samuel spake unto all the house of Israel, saying, If ye do return unto the Lord with all your hearts, then put away the strange gods.
If y'all want to say y'all worship the Most High, put away the strange gods. Like who?
Gods and Ashtaroth from among you.
Like gods like who?
Ashtaroth from among you.
So if you want to serve the Most High, you got to put away Ashtaroth. What's Ashtaroth? That's Easter. That's Easter. We already proved it with the actual, what you say a Christian scholar said about Easter. It goes back to the Greek, not the Greek, the Babylonian god Estar and Ashtaroth, man, which is just mentioned in this verse right from the top.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 7, verse 3. And Samuel spake unto all the house of Israel, saying, If ye do return unto the Lord with all thy hearts, then put away the strange gods and Ashtaroth from among you, and prepare your hearts unto the Lord, and serve him only, and he will deliver you out of the hand of the Philistines.
So if we put away these strange gods, if we would have did it back then, if we would have put away the strange gods back then, we wouldn't have been in captivity, and we would have been saved out of it. So just like how we're underneath the white man's captivity in Rome, in America, if we put away Ashtaroth, we'll be saved from this place, man. We'll be saved from this place, but y'all don't care about that, man. Y'all make up all these excuses in the world to keep worshiping and saying it's like, oh, it's for the kids, man. Give me he that loveth mother and father isn't worthy of it. Give me that. Say what? Okay. And we ain't on the property.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 10 verse 37. It says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
So if you love son and daughter, y'all want to say, oh, it's for the kids. We're just doing it for the kids. If you love them more than Christ, who commanded you to keep the commandments, and the first commandment out of the 10 is to worship God and him alone. Right? If you love your kids more than you love Christ, you're not worthy of him and you're going to die, man. That's why I said the slain of the Lord shall be many. Give me Isaiah 66. Give me Isaiah 66, man. Give me Isaiah 66. The slain of the Lord shall be many, man. That's all I want to say, man. If y'all want to continue, if you want to continue to worship other gods, you want to continue to celebrate Easter or worship Caesar Borgia, you're going to be slain by the Most High, thus saith the Bible. This is not my words, this is the Bible.
Right. In Isaiah chapter 66, verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Really good.
It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
So that's how when the Most High comes back, he's not coming back to give hugs, man. He's not coming back to say, oh, you celebrate Easter and you came to church 2 times a year. He's not coming back to that. He's coming back to slay. Starting with his people, man. Starting with his people. So if you want to keep on worshiping these other gods, you're going to be part of those that are slain, the many that are slain by the Bible, man.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 7 verse 21. Now everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Not everybody who calls on the name Jesus is going to enter into the kingdom of heaven.
It says, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you, depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
So he's going to say in that day, when it's judgment day, all those who didn't do the will of God, which is the commandments, which is Psalms 40 verse 8, whoever didn't do that, he's going to say, depart from me, because I never knew you. Because how do you know Christ, man? Give me 1 John 2 verse 3. That's how you know it's talking about the law, man. It's just here. All you have to do is read. Everybody saying they know Jesus, but don't nobody want to read, man. Get that.
This book of 1 John, the 2nd chapter, 3rd verse. And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
That's right. Anybody who say they love Christ, or they love Jesus, and they don't keep his commandments, they're a liar.
Right.
Man. You a liar. That's why when they came up here and said, oh, we worship God, but you got a shaved head, which is breaking the commandment. You got a shaved beard, breaking the commandment.
Right.
I know you're off your support. You ain't got fringes. You probably hate your brother.
Right.
You don't love Christ. You don't love God. And you don't know Yahweh Shah, who you really call Jesus Christ, man.
Right.
Read it. And then we'll end it off with that.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 19. Repent ye therefore, and be converted.
What?
Repent ye therefore, and be converted.
Repent and be converted.
That your sins may be blotted out, when the times of refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord.
So, long story short is, Easter is another God. It's not of the Bible. See, who y'all call Jesus Christ was a black man. The blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans are the true children of God, the children of Israel. And you have to come back to these law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Because if you don't, you will be part of those that are slain.
Right.
And you will die. And with that, I want to say, Call Allah, Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, and say Shalom.